Well, happy Friday, everybody. I am glad to welcome you into the month of February. I'm not sure what happened to January. It's been a great start to the school year already. We've had lots of stuff happening, and this is a busy time of year. So I know if you're feeling a little tired, like all of us, it's probably about right. We've got a lot of things happening at all levels. So I'll jump right to it. I apologize for having to do a PowerPoint like this, but there's a lot of information. I want to make sure you get it again. First of all, I want to mention a special thing. You'll see a link in the Lions Roar, and it's a Teacher of the Year nomination for the Herzog Foundation. This was the foundation that Dr. Baker and Mr. Autry and I went and did a conference earlier in January, and we learned a lot and a lot of cool things. I'll share some more on Vision Night, a little plug there. But one of the things that they do is recognize teachers for a Teacher of the Year award, and it's pretty easy to nominate somebody. They select 12 and they give them a special award ceremony in Washington, D.C., put them up in a hotel. So I'd love if one of our teachers would win that. So I know you have some awesome teachers that you could nominate, and just giving you that link. I want to go through a few things with you now. We talked about middle school and high school Spirit Week last time as far as why we changed some things. I just want to give you a few more details here. Again, we're having special chapels each day. There's a special quadropoly game that has been historically one of the things that BJU students have done in the high school. We're actually going to be doing it in the middle school and high school during this Spirit Week time. So we're excited and looking forward to those special times. On Thursday and Friday are some special days as far as class schedule, and there's dress-up days each day. And then we end on Friday with a blue and white all-school rally. And so I mentioned this before, but I'd love if you could make it out. It's going to be about 11 a.m. If you could come over to the Davis Field House, we're going to have a special time with the all-school K-5 all the way up to 12th grade. We'll play some fun games, sing our song, get an all-school picture, and it'll be a neat time for our whole school to be together in one shot. So that's a fun thing that we're going to be doing during this Bible conference week. We'll be kind of having our own Bible conference with special chapels and other things like this. Tonight is senior night for the basketball teams, and so that's a special thing that they'll do after the game tonight. This month is Black History Month, and we'll be celebrating that in different ways. The elementary school is going to have a special week, February 5th to 9th, where they have books in the classrooms, and the teachers are going to be emphasizing that. And then during the lunchtime, they have special programs with reading and videos and other kinds of things that they're going to be spread out during that week. So that's a fun time for our elementary students. And then February 9th, Friday, February 9th is Elevate, and that's our time for our 8th graders to come up and visit the high school. And sometimes we take for granted that just because you're here on campus, you're going to know everything there is, but we really found this to be a very good time for our 8th graders coming up to check out high school, make them feel welcome, recruit them, so to speak. Obviously, it's hard to leave the crews and all the great things that are happening down in middle school, but we also have a lot of fun things in high school, and we want them to feel welcome and excited about moving up. Another thing that's coming up is automatic re-enrollment. That's going to be happening, and if you are moving or going out of state or something and you need to opt out, you can do that by contacting our offices. But just a reminder that all of our families are automatically re-enrolled unless there's some major discipline problem that we've talked to you already about. But everyone is automatically re-enrolled for the next school year. There is a commitment fee that is charged, and we use that 100% for capital improvements. And actually last summer it was a great time. We were able to do a lot of improvements around our buildings, and you saw some of those, the effect of those things that we were able to do last summer because of our commitment fee. And that's exactly what we've committed to do, is to take 100% of our commitment fees. There's a cap for each family that's returning, and we use that to help make this place better. And so it's a neat opportunity to do that. So if you have any questions at all, please reach out and ask. Like I mentioned before, there's Spirit Week mid-February, and then there is a Donuts with Dr. A on February 22nd. It's down in the middle school at the ACAD corner in the conference room. And again, hope you can come out and just have some Q&A time and just get to know you. And then we end the month, it's leap year, so we have a February 29th, and it's Special Day Vision Night. I'm going to put as many times as I can plugs in for this. I really hope you will come to this. It's going to be a great time. There's a lot that I'm excited to be able to share with you, and I can't fit it all into a Friday video. So you need to come, because we'll explain a lot of things about our strategic planning, what we're doing, what's happening behind the scenes for the school. You don't want to miss that night. There's a link for RSVPing for that night. And again, we'll have snacks, we'll have some giveaways. It'll be a fun family time. We won't go super long, but it'll be over here in the quadrangle in the Collins Building, the Academy Auditorium. So I hope you make plans to come out that night. So as I close, I want to talk a little bit about enrollment and tuition. The schedule is attached to the Lions Roar this week, so you can check that out. We're looking at a growth of about 50 students next year. That's what we project as the Lord blesses. And you'll see that the tuition schedule is attached. It's based on each division and based on positions that we're adding and fees. The other thing that we're doing is adding in some of those fees that were on the fees page that were just tacked on. We've rolled that into tuition. So really there's about a net increase across between 5 and 8% from this year's tuition, and I'll explain a little more detail in a little bit. So if you need some financial help, if you're feeling the pinch, as we all are, we know prices are going up. It's a big sacrifice to come to Bob Jones Academy. We recognize that. That's why we're working hard to give you the value for your dollar, and that you are thrilled with what you're getting here. And if you're not thrilled, we want you to come in and talk to us, because we want you to be thrilled. We want you to love what your child is getting, and we're growing. We are committed to our guiding principles of continually growing and improving. And so hopefully you've seen that. Hopefully you've seen that that's something that we're working on and we are committed to keep doing. So we have financial aid. We continue to budget for that, and we want to help our families. So please talk to us if you have any needs. Obviously, it helps that the South Carolina has done some school choice things that will help. It doesn't really help current families unless you have a 5-year-old going in, but there are some things available that we're hoping will continue to grow and improve in South Carolina. So we can be hopeful for that in the future. And then most of all, come talk to us. Don't just sit there by yourself. If you're having struggles, you have needs, come in, please talk to us about your particular situation. We'd love to sit down and talk with you. So I want to go over some of the details about the tuition. If you're interested, the theme is simplify for this year. The two things that really went into what was our behind the tuition increases this year, it's program enhancements and additions to each individual programs, which we'll talk about here specifically. And then the second part is simplifying our fee structure. As we looked at, we had tuition and then we had a whole page, almost 2 pages of fees. I really looked at that and said, we want to include, if we're charging everyone in a grade that fee, just include it in tuition. And so we hope that will be a help for you as parents now and as well as the future. Let's talk about the program enhancements and additions real quick. We're excited about the elementary school. We're actually adding 2 positions in the elementary. One is an instructional coach as a resource teacher. One of the top things that you told us as parents as we got focus group information and survey data was that you wanted our teachers to get help with students as they come in at a wide variety of needs, and we agree with you, and our teachers are saying the same thing. And so that was number 1 in our school improvement plan, was getting training for our teachers, and we've been working on that. And beyond that, we're adding some resources as well to have somebody besides the principal and student experience director that will be available to help our teachers in the elementary with coaching, with identifying students, with working coming in and seeing how they can help keep the classroom moving efficiently, help the teacher, help the student. And so I'm very excited about that. We also have another position that we are transitioning from a student job to a full-time adult job for the supervision, and we've been kind of leaning on a student worker, and we really need to upgrade that and make it more sustainable, more permanent. So that's why elementary has those program enhancements. The other thing we're working on is the athletic department, and we're adding a staff position to help in the office to assist. It could be 2 part-time, could be a full-time. We're still working on what the details are going to look like that, but we're really wanting to put some focus in on the athletic department and move our program forward. So that's the other piece that really hits the 6th grade through 12th grade, especially because that's where the main bulk of our athletic program is. So those are the things that are driving the tuition. And if you have any questions, I'd love to talk with you. Let's talk real quick about the individual grades. So you can kind of see from this last year to next year the tuition. You can see that we don't have a lot of fees. There really isn't any fees, additional or elective classes that K3 through K5 is going. So they have about a 5% net in that tuition as far as an increase. You kind of see that. In 1st grade, there is a fee. There was a technology fee that was added on top of tuition. We've rolled that into regular tuition. So the net for 8th grade, for 1st through 5th grade is about 8%. And that really comes down to the 2 positions that we're adding to support our teachers and to build our program in the elementary school. Super excited about what we're able to do next year. In 6th to 8th grade, this is a sample 8th grader, for example. So there were, again, some technology fees. There were some crew fees that were added on and kind of hit a certain month bill that was really kind of shocking. And sometimes, so we said, if we're charging everybody these fees, let's roll it into tuition. So you can kind of see this year there was an orange stripe, and that was some fees that everyone was charged. We're taking those fees as much as possible, putting them into tuition. There are some elective fees, like in this case, this would be the Creation Museum trip that the 8th graders do. So again, that would be added on top on both years, and so that wouldn't change. So we still have some fees that we're going to be charged based, but it'll be based mostly on electives that people choose. So 6th through 8th grade, about a 6% net. And then high school, same thing. This would be a typical 12th grader. There were some technology fees, some other fees that, again, that orange stripe that we rolled into tuition, and again, about a 6% net. So I chose this senior to go on the senior trip, the Wilds trip, and then also be in introductory VOTEC. And so those are, you can see the gray bar there, as those would be tuition in addition to tuition, but it's based on the elective classes that you take. So hopefully that makes sense. And if you, again, I encourage you to come in, talk to us, and really I encourage you to come to Vision Night on February 29th. That's going to be an awesome time. We had a great time on the last time we did it in May, and I'm even more excited about this one because there's a lot of things that we've been doing, a lot of great things that have happened you may not even know about. I'm going to let you know about those, and then we're going to look forward to what this spring holds as well as the coming years. So please come to that night. We are so glad that you're a part of BJA family, and we know that it's a sacrifice, and we know that we're working together for eternity. And I'm excited to think about what we can do in the future for our children, for our teachers, for our school, for our community. And it's going to take all of us. And it's an exciting thing that God has allowed us to be a part of. So glad you're a part of it, and look forward to talking with you individually about any one of these things. Look forward to seeing you on the sidewalk or at Vision Night. So have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you on Monday.